Hey all, this is Paulus with another Starmade video here. Today we have BubbleRaptor's first fleet. And I know this is an interesting new way to start things, but this is not actually a ship. This is a really cool dock for all of the ships. Of course, I mean this can't go into the actual review, but you know, cool lighting, cool interior. I'm really excited because of this interior. I actually haven't seen the ships yet. I really like this interior. This is awesome building style, like detailed, doesn't look like it's just slapped together. Brownie points through the roof for this ship. So let's head on to the other one. So like the exterior compared to that interior, let's go in here for a second. The exterior is sort of plain. Like if you actually look at the structure of this, it's really just a box with stuff overlaid on top of it. I think my first or second or third video, I think it was like Air 7 Man, really cool way of doing stuff in which you do a wireframe, but it's not like the boxed wireframe of the ship. You do these platforms and these beams that the ship is doing. The guts are gonna fill out those beams instead of doing these boxes. And I mean, they're both different ways to make ships, but like I think in this situation the boxes are maybe too much. I really like the engines though. I'm guessing these are like warp engines, and then this is kind of weird. So like I always feel like, you know, engines don't actually do anything in the game to their the world around them. But say if you had a long docking beam here and then it connected up here, right? And then the ship took off, it would blast everything over here with the engines. So maybe that doesn't necessarily work as much. It's also weird that the gun is the same barrel as the dock. Oh, anyways, I really like these ships. Okay, so all the docks are in the back, which is kind of cool. I like these rings. Okay, putting in warp drives. I always like thinking of new ways to do warp drives. I think in one video I talked about how you can have this external sort of back thing in between engines for warp drives, but having rings for warp drives and like pods for warp drives is really cool, and it also increases roleplay, right? Like if you're playing in a ship and you see this is a warp drive and it's going to warp away, you can target this area specifically. Of course, if you're close enough, you can target this area specifically, and you say like this is the warp ring, or these are the warp pods that have the ship. So I really like that feature on these ships, which is really cool. Especially for these ships that are going to be the faction ships. It's really nice having like designated things. Like I always try and put my actual engines, or like most of my engines, inside the actual like engines that I built, right? Or the engines that I build, I always try and fill basically all with engines and then like a few power reactors. And so the idea is that if I'm fighting with someone and we're using these ships, like we can target specific areas to have specific effects in the battle, which is really, really awesome. That's kind of weird. I like these pods, but there's nothing in them. Maybe storage, but not in this one. Why not in this one? That's strange. Maybe just didn't complete it and forgot about it? I don't know. Let's head inside. I like these big beams right here. These are really nice. That are on the back. I always like think if you have the engines, it's usually better to extend them by some sort of beam out from the actual glowing part of the engine. But let's head inside. Maybe a bit too much with the scaffold. Oh, this is weird. Oh wow, so this is the cargo access. But can you actually access the ship from there? That looks like it'd be a cool door to open. I don't think it's a door. Maybe if I just sneak inside here illegally. Okay, so this again, don't mind this. This is, I think, is an error. I mean, unless it's meant to look like that. I mean, it looks cool. But like over here, sometimes they flip. And I don't know why, but it just happens. Yeah, so it's impossible to get into this ship. Well, that's not good. But the interior is great. I love the interior. Maybe this part's a bit too much. The part back there, maybe a bit too much. Actually, I think, okay, when you understand that this is just like cargo, then this actually looks kind of cool. But if this is like the interior where people live, then I don't know, that's a bit too much. You could pattern this with standard hole around. I like the use of, let me go back here. I really like the use of fans with engines, because sometimes what you have is like engines, if you have a line of engines, then the engines stop. It's like a really abrupt stop, but I think they were on here really well. Yeah, but if you have these engines, or like, sometimes they use not the fans, but the rail enhancers, then it's like something where the engine stops, like the pipe stops, and then even then from there on you can like lead a smaller like paint pipe out of that, which is really cool. So let's head on to this ship. Let's see. You know, I haven't seen any elevators. Okay, so standard thing right here. It would be nice if this type of pattern was extended less like abruptly, but extended across the ceiling. I like these slanted. Slanted always breaks up the space. So even though this is literally the same block, right? It's just basic hole, right? But like, there's nothing, no criticism I can have of this little walls, which is good. Really good use of these. For some reason, when I was using them, they just didn't work very well. But I think like you're using them well. You could have a bigger stairway. I guess I should go into the cockpits more of these. I really like the views. Maybe not big enough, but that's fine. I mean, they're a spaceship, so it's not like they're going to be mostly using systems to navigate in like a roleplay setting. Okay. Additionally, can't access the ship. Where? Okay, here. Okay, you can. Never mind. I just can't see it. Again, really like the ship. I like this core design. When you have ships that have like a common core design, where the cores are always in the same place. I sometimes do that. Not always though. But like within a fleet, if you have this type of thing, I think it really makes the fleet come together if you're using the fleets. Of course, if you're like outside the fleet, then you can't tell. But like if you're a user of this fleet, or if you're trying to board a fleet, you always know where the core is, right? It's like a standard design, which is really cool. These engines are really nice. I think I like these engines the best, especially with this slanted stuff. I really like slanted coming out engines, because it kind of just eases into the build. Like flattening the build like that is sometimes really cool that people can do. I'm just gonna cheat and go in here because I don't like looking for these doors. This is an odd color combination, but it's okay, it works. Again, I like these pillars. These pillars are good. Having the systems, and oh, none of the systems are there actually. Well, good design here. What's here? Medical bay, awesome. Odd. But okay, it works. It's a atomic toilet, I guess. Let's go back here. Whoa, okay, this is my favorite ship. Systems, looks cool. I think you could fill up here though, so it's not like full. But capacitors are good blocks if you want to show systems with color. Capacitors are good blocks because it actually just looks like tanks, right? It's just like tanks, green tanks. What's cargo? I like it. I like it. Okay, these are the doors. I really like it. This crystal, or not crystal, the capsules with the mesh is really good. But I think overall an awesome build. I think I would definitely recommend, I would recommend most of these to build stations, because obviously these are all builders, and like congratulations to all of you again. But yeah, if you like this video, if it was helpful, if you enjoyed, like the video, subscribe. If you subscribe, then like. This was BubbleRaptor's fleet. Tune in for more fleet videos. There are definitely going to be more of them. Hope you had a good time, and see you later.